Hey, welcome back to another episode of Wario Land 4. Like I said at the end of the last one, I'm going to try and find the rest of these pieces of whatever these are to open the door. Hopefully we can find them in this episode and it not have to spill out into multiple episodes. Because I'm really close to the end of the game, and kind of like I expressed a little bit in the last episode, I'm ready for it to be over. I won't retrudge back, what I said or anything about it. I'm kind of ready to move on. Is a little bit of a shame because I was really excited about replaying this one. So I can't go up there. Okay. I was really excited about replaying this one, but like the longer I play it, the more I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of remembered now why. I think I already got one there, if I remember correctly. It's been like over a week since I recorded the episode that had this level in it, but I'm pretty sure I did that one because that was pretty quick and easy to do. Yeah, I won't go back through it completely, but I'm ready to move on to something else. And I'm close enough to the end of the game that it's like, to not finish it would kind of be a little bit of like, a shame, because I'm pretty sure I can do it within one or two more episodes. Because I know if I remember correctly, the pyramid that gets unlocked after you beat all the bosses and stuff is just a boss fight. It's not even like, if I remember correctly, I don't think there were even levels associated with that one. But we'll see. Hopefully within either this episode or the next. I'm thinking if I get all of the pieces I need to move on, I'll just fight the bosses. And the boss at the end of this one, just fight it in the next episode, because it's probably already going to take a lot of time. I think that was just to one of the purple pipes. Yeah. I need the bottom right one. I haven't really been paying attention to see if there was like any indicator as to like how far into the level that should be. Because it could be like top left is like, very close at the front or something like that. But I don't remember. So that's bottom right there, and I don't know why I didn't get that. Maybe I was like, oh, let me see what's over here or something. But I mean, egg on my face, but I'd rather it be like something like that that's like super stupidly quick and easy to find, so I'm not wasting a lot of time doing it. The background of this level kind of reminds me of level 5 in Earthworm Jim a little bit. I'm getting really close to doing a playthrough of Earthworm Jim. I just haven't really decided exactly when. I already know what I want to do next. I've already got the thumbnail and everything done, so like to move on to something else when I already know what I'm going to do is like, it's not going to happen like that, you know what I mean? Although I wouldn't mind playing Earthworm Jim before I did this other one, but like it's not like I desperately need it to do it right now or anything, so I don't really care about those records. I just kind of found it, I guess. But yeah, like I don't need to do that. I can go along the bottom, right? I don't desperately need to do a playthrough of it right now. I'm just speaking out loud that like I'm down to play it, I'm always down to play it. Not so much the second one, and definitely not the third one. I've never actually finished the second game because, like, there's a lot of, I think I've already talked about this now that I think about it, but like, there are a lot of really frustrating parts, and not really necessarily hard, just frustrating, that kind of turned me off from playing the game. Like the Flying King level just sucks, dude. It's a complete shit show. But yeah, I already have an idea of what I'm going to do next. I'm not going to say what it is per usual. It'll start airing after this one. Alright, I've got the top left. And if, you know, what was it? The bottom right was the one I got first. So maybe this is like fairly close after the first one. Like maybe the top left is the second one you get. I don't know. I know if I go down over here, right, this is like, I don't remember if there was anything for going up, but this was the way forward, was it not? Or is this how you go up? Might as well check it now that I'm doing this. Alright, hit me. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like to one of those into the pipe. Why is that there? You know, at some point I think I'll also do a Link to the Past playthrough. I don't know if it'll be by the end of, like, you know, 2025, but like it's been a little while since I played that game. Like I expressed in the first Zelda playthrough, I'm gonna have to skip over Zelda 2, even though I really want to play it for the channel, even though I'm not good at it at all. So that was bottom right. I'm not good at it all, but I would like to play it for the channel, just simply because I wonder if there's like a spot I need to get fat and break in the floor. Like right here, maybe? Because that looks like it's busted up, and I don't see anything else that looks like it. And if I know these games as well as I think I do, like, that's something dumb that they would do. It was what? Or wasn't right here. It's the next one, okay. But as I was saying, you know, I want to do Zelda 2 for the channel, but the problem with Zelda 2 is that, like, okay, this is just the money. Well, I value that heart, so I'm gonna at least get that. I'm not very good at Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, but I do think it's a fun game. It's really hard, but that only just makes it more... That just makes it more, to me, rewarding to, like, actually, you know, be able to actually fight through the game and beat the game and stuff. I think that was to continue forward, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been over a week since I recorded the episode with the first one and this one in it. But yeah, like, so I think it's a really fun game. I think there's some aspects about it that kind of suck a little bit, but at the same time, like, I think that the consensus that it's a bad game because it did a lot of things different is, like, you know, people are free to have that opinion, but I don't really think it's, like, in my opinion, it's not a very good one. You know what I mean? Like doing something differently or it being really hard doesn't make it a bad game. What makes it a bad game is if it's like poorly designed or something like that. You know what I mean? But Adventure of Link is actually, in my opinion, really well designed. I think it's actually a really well designed game that has, like, you know, very linear progression, but as I've stated a few times now, the older I get, the more I actually enjoy linearity, so like I'm not too fussed about that. Wanted to see if maybe there was a way to like do this to, if I can stop hitting every fucking one on the way down. I don't think any of these are going to be breakable. I don't see any telltale signs for that. But like I was saying, I personally just think that like the older I get, the more I appreciate linearity in games, because you know, you only have so much time. Like when you're a kid, you have like unlimited time, you know, as long as your parents aren't like, you know, rationing out your time to do certain things. Like, I don't care about this, dude. But it does look like I can go down here, doesn't it? But yeah, like as long as your parents aren't like super strict about rationing your time and you can, like, you know, it's the weekend or something and you can play a video game and explore and get really, really good at it, like there's no reason why, like, even though it's really difficult, there's no reason why you couldn't get good enough at the game to like do that. Or like if it's a super open world game, there's really no reason why you can't like explore every nook and cranny. But just from my perspective, as I was saying, I just, older I get, the more I appreciate like having a sense of where to go. You know what I mean? Because it just really does help like get the most out of a game when you're not. Okay, so that was where this was. I might have to do that. Like, it really does help, at least me, to get the most out of a game if I know where I'm going and I can figure things out pretty quickly. But if I'm stuck, like, running around looking for something over and over and over again, like, that kind of drives me a little bonkers, you know what I mean? But, to, you know, as usual, to each is their own. Everybody has different mileage. I just remember how, let's see, what was this way? Heart. Certainly there's some, is there not nothing else? Like maybe I can charge, but I need to get rid of these guys. Gotta use Wario's version of the speed booster. We're gonna go for a swim, guys. You're going for a swim too. Okay. Yeah, so like, I just, like I was saying, for me, I mean, mileage may vary. Some people might do like that, but I just kind of feel like the whole linearity in video games is bad, and like that kind of being sparked from, I think it was Final Fantasy 13. If I remember correctly, like, I want to say Final Fantasy 13 was so horribly received because of how linear it was, that like you had a lot of people openly, like, on YouTube, on platforms, on their platform saying that linearity itself was bad, and you know, they're free to have that opinion, but like I don't think so, because I've played a lot of games that were really linear that you could sequence break, like, you know, different Metroid games, and because it was linear, you got this sense of progression of like Samus is getting stronger, Samus is getting better, that I don't feel like you would have been able to have if the game wasn't super, you know, was super linear. Let's try this side. Alright, dude, just shoot me. Just shoot me. Is there anything over here that indicate... Is this the one I need, or did I already get this one? I already got that one. Ah, man, that's a pain in the ass. I think I found every single one except the one I need. So I'm gonna probably just exit the level. If I can. You know what, like... I didn't find anything worth keeping. Should I move on to 0 below 40 and come back? I think I will. But just so it's not like watching the same video or watching the same level over, you know. But as I was saying, you know, Metroid, even, you know, Super Metroid, which was the game that really put the style of game known as Metroidvanias on the map, like, it's pretty linear at times. But, you know, if you're good enough at the game, you can sequence break it. But, like, it's actually a pretty linear game if you really look at it, the way you're supposed to do things. Like, there was a real plan of progression. But I think I'm not gonna harp on the idea of, like, linearity versus in linear games. Would I have enough space to ground pound here? No. Well, yeah, but there's nothing there. Like I said, I'll finish by just saying that, like, I think a lot of people clung on to that opinion. I've got that one, I already know. Yeah, I think a lot of people clung on to that opinion because, you know, their favorite YouTuber or something had something to say about it. But at the same time, like, I will say, like, you know, I haven't played it since the one time I tried to play it, but, like, I don't really remember Final Fantasy 13 being that bad. I just remember it kind of just being like, whatever. So I have that one. I need the top left one. I just kind of remember it being a little bit of like, whatever, you know, oh, we gotta run and then fight and then rinse repeat. But, like, I don't really think that makes that like a bad game. I just remember not really caring all that much about it and caring about the characters, and I don't really think, like, I have to care about characters in order to like something. Like, there's plenty of, like, oh, come on, dude. There's plenty of 2D games that from back in the day, 2D platformers, you know, that were 100% just like, you know, characters that didn't have any personality or anything, because it was like didn't have any personality or anything because, like, there was no dialogue or anything. And will you? Oh my god, I'm gonna blow my top here in a second. There wasn't really like any there wasn't any dialogue or anything in the game. It was just kind of like you play, you know, like Samus and Metroid, Super Metroid. Like, she has an opening dialogue and an ending dialogue. and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, this character is like such a blank slate that like you can literally impose your entire personality on her, and like that's probably why it's so easy for people to come to really like the character. Let's see, I did get the one in here, did I not? It was down there, yeah, bottom left, and I need top left. And I do not know where to go to get it. I don't think it's down there, but you know, we can try and find out. I think I was like going to see what was in that direction, and I never did because I didn't make the jumps or whatever. But knowing my luck, it's exactly where it was, and I openly, I don't even remember if I commented on being like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm done looking or something like that. Like, of course, you know, egg on my face again. Like, I'll take the blame. Like, I didn't do my due diligence, but like at the same time, it's kind of like, so far the game has been like, if you found one in an area, there wasn't two in the same area. You know what I mean? So they kind of changed the formula of like, they kind of changed the formula of like how the levels are structured. My bad for not like thinking otherwise. But we found it. It's whatever. Let's just get out of here. And episode's starting to run a little bit long. Or well, not really run long. It's where I would typically end it, but I think I'm gonna at least try and run back through the first one again. So that I can like maybe just try and find the ones from the pinball one again. And then maybe find the ones from the pinball one in like the next episode and do the boss and maybe the other boss fight if it's doable. I don't really know how much I'm going to struggle with them. I know the last boss fight is pretty like long, but it's not super long. And I don't know if it's long enough to make an entire episode off of it. You know? So I'm going to run back through this one real quick. It should be like, I think the second one. See if I can find it. And then just quickly run through. Okay, that's where I'm supposed to go. This here still makes me like, I still don't know like why there's a ladder. Oh, well, maybe it's just to get back up. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Because it's not unusual that they would like, you know, have the ladder there. But then like that spot up there, like maybe that one's not just completely about this. All right, Funky, give me an apple. I'm gonna fly back up there just to make sure that I didn't just overlook it, being like impatient. Unless there's like another spot I can go here, but I don't know. Shoot me, dude. Okay, so unless I can shoulder charge and hit something. Maybe I'll try flying up to the other side. At this point, it's just like for my own sanity, because like I've got to find it, and it's like at least I can say I did my due diligence, because apparently me not doing my due diligence is why I'm still stuck doing this, you know what I mean? Alright. And then I gotta go this way. Alright. Alright, Funky. I will reiterate the point that I did make, though, about, like, the, you know what, I'm gonna check something real quick. I am gonna reiterate the point that I think that, like, especially when he gets fat and it slows the music down, that this kind of sounds like a Sega Genesis track. Alright, come on. Something like about this double monitor over here. Okay. I just thought I would check and make sure it wasn't like, oh yeah, no, there's a second one there. Like, you know, because you can break it with getting fat, but like... there wasn't really anything worthwhile over there. Okay. I doubt there's anything there. I know that top left led me to one. But can I break any of these walls? Like, I'm starting to get like, I gotta charge every wall, you know? Like, it's starting to really get like to me a little bit. Starting to get kind of dire. Alright, well, let's move on. I know going up or going there, help me charge with that. And then this way just led to like health. Didn't it? What was down here? I think this was health, right? Where, what is this? I don't recognize this place. Have I not been here before? Okay, so I gotta clearly jump on that one. Alright, Funky, do it. Alright, Funky, come here. I don't think I've been here yet. So there's a potential hope. Probably have to throw him up there and hit that guy. There it is. You know, I would be mad, but I'm just relieved. At this point, I'm just relieved. Alright, dude, come on now. Oh my god, come on. I just want to play. I just want this game to be done with at this point. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm starting to really just be, like, over it. And I don't know. Maybe I need to get fat. There we go. Like I said, I don't want to be that guy, but, like, I'm just starting to get to a point where I'm just over it. And I try not to be this way. About anything, you know, but I'm starting to get really frustrated with Wario Land 4. Still a pretty good game, still a good game from my childhood, but some things, you know, it's like some things you go back to and realize just how like dire it kind of actually is, or like it was great for the time or something. But I'm ready to move on. Like I said, I'm gonna finish the game. I got to collect the last of the stuff in the next level and beat that boss and the final boss, because like I said, I'm pretty sure that they did not. There's not a level before the final boss, but I could be wrong. At this point, I'm really sincerely hoping that I'm not. Because I'm pretty sure it's just once you get all the pieces of the... beat all the bosses and get the treasures and the pieces of jewelry, like, it's time to move on, you know what I mean? Like, it's time to fight the boss. And like I said, I didn't do any research on the game. I don't know if there was any real time constraints or like people getting pushed to design the game as fast as possible, but like I'm just not into... Personally, I'm just not into the game being this like formulaic in the levels, and I think the time limit to run out of the level is kind of lame. But I'm a 90s kid, and most of the 90s kids I've talked to hate time limits because of all the stress and anxiety that was caused by them. But with that game being collected, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. In the next episode, we're going to try and get the pinball zone knocked out and then the bosses knocked out. If you watched the video, I appreciate it. I apologize for being a little impatient and getting a little temperamental. I'm going to try not to be temperamental for the rest of the series. But, like, I appreciate it if you made it to this point in the video and heard the apology. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.